How's it going this morning?
Hope you're doing awesome.
We sure are.
Yeah.
We're heading out from Canoa Beach Hotel on
It's day 4.
Day 4, yeah.
Of our road trip with Ecuador Freedom Bike Rentals. We're so stoked about this day. First of all, I'm gonna start the day driving. Woo!
Heyo!
Yeah, and
she's got 155 miles that she gets to go on today.
and then
and part of that is on the beach. We've got an off-road beach route that's approved to drive 4x4 vehicles on. So we're gonna go head that up.
Yeah.
Have you ever driven on the beach before?
Never driven on the beach before. I think I'd be fine. I've done a lot of like snow driving, so I assume it probably feels a little bit like that. I don't know. We're gonna see. We have a small window though, so we have to go. We only have an hour to get down there, make it across the beach before the tide comes in. So let's go.
All right.
So far, so good.
Tronco del Pacifico.
I chickened out. I'm getting Brian to drive the beach, so I'm a chicken.
So we just put it in 4x4 low. This is really, really awesome. We went down this huge dune right now, and it looks like there's like a little fishing camp here. A guy's sitting there working on his tarp, and yeah, this beach looks pretty cool. We just talked to the cops, and they said it was cool to drive on here.
Here we go.
This is the experience of a lifetime. Yeah!
That was scary and hairy. We're still going through it.
We're getting closer to our flags though, our waypoint.
There's people out here, so it's still good.
Yeah. Yeah, they got out here somehow.
Yeah.
They probably walked though.
They probably walked. That's a big hole. Drone tracking, ignite! Woo! This is so fun. We're flying the drone, getting some sick shots of this thing following us in the middle of the beach. I'm glad Brian's driving because he's
driving the drone and the Jeep at the same time.
No, he's not. I'm holding the drone controls. I'm not flying it though. But he's more confident at driving, I guess, in situations like this. And I just don't want to like stop in a weird spot and get us stuck and then have the tide come in. Anyways, we're back on the road. Woo! We're back on the beach.
You gotta crawl. They call it crawling in Jeep returns. This looks pretty gradual.
I believe you.
I think we should get over to this shoulder here. The lunar landscape. We're almost here. All right.
I see it.
Yes. Wow.
That was officially the craziest I've ever done in a vehicle.
That was the craziest I've ever taken.
Oh my god.
We're back on the pavement, and let me tell you, that was freaking nuts. That was wild.
crazy.
We've got to find a car wash is the thing.
Gotta
and
get
it
the
looks
salt off
like
the car.
there might be a car wash coming up. We've arrived to Hotel San Jacinto for lunch.
So we ordered the mixto ceviche. It's a mixto, all right. There's an octopus leg. I don't really know what this is. Not sure. I'm not sure if we're gonna eat that one. But there's a lot of like good little things in the bottom here. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. This is a lobster. Lobster leg? Crab leg.
Crab leg.
Crab leg. All right, I'm gonna eat this octopus now. Tentacle. It's pretty rubbery. It's weird.
Like,
Flavor's there. All right. It's just like maybe a texture thing. Like it's like a little bit rubbery, but good flavor. Gotta try new things. Gotta do new things.
those might be mussels. Yeah, those are mussels.
Alright.
Like maybe abalones or something. That's what it kind of looks like. All right. So let's try this, see how it is. Yeah, that tastes like little mussels or abalones. There's a lobster in here too, and that looks amazing. Kind of. If this is amazing looking to you, oops. There we go. Yeah, let's put a little bit. This is not the best ceviche I've ever had in my life. I've had a lot better. Like last night. Last night's was great at Canoa Beach Hotel. They had great ceviche. This is just like, there you go.
I'm loving this drive. So nice. I feel really safe on these roads. I was a little bit nervous when Brian was driving and we were like doing all these crazy turns and stuff. I was like, ugh. I was like, do I want to drive? And I was like, yeah, I want to drive. And it's been so gorgeous and so enjoyable. Love it. The only thing that you need to look out for is the occasional jumbo pothole. But I mean, you have potholes in any country, so be a mindful driver if you're gonna drive a car.
Public service announcement by Aaron. We made it.
Yeah, I got to drive today. That was really fun.
You enjoyed it?
I really enjoyed it.
What was your favorite part about driving?
Well, first I was like a little bit nervous about it because I've never driven here. It's been months, like probably since December that I've driven. And then like to drive like these crazy like mountain roads, and people drive a little bit different here. It's just
A lot of bit different.
a lot of it
They've got
different.
their own vernacular when it comes to driving.
Yeah, yeah. But once I got the hang of it, I didn't feel nervous. I was just like, well, if you want to pass me, like I'm gonna go at my own speed, because I'm guessing like these people know the mountain roads a lot better and have driven them before, and I haven't. So that was really cool. What was your highlight of the day?
I would say my highlight was definitely the beach adventure. Driving the Jeep 4x4 Wrangler on the beach that Freedom Bike Rentals there in Quito, Ecuador gave us to use.
That was
Absolutely
crazy.
amazing.
That was the wildest thing I've ever done in a vehicle before.
I've never driven on the beach before.
That was crazy. You did
Yeah.
a good job.
I've never driven on the beach before because every time I've gone to the beach, I've always seen people stuck up to their axles on the beach. But I do have to say that I've never seen a Jeep stuck up to their axles on the beach. There normally were just like cars that have these
Yeah.
skinny tires, or this one time we saw a Suburban there in South Padre Island.
Yeah.
And they were trying to dig it out, but
Yeah.
they didn't have like beach style tires. And
Yeah.
when we arrived to the point where we were getting onto the beach and we were throwing it into 4x4, a cop was actually one of the Ecuadorian police, national police, I think they call them, was driving up off of the beach, he and his partner. And so we rolled down the window and we asked if it was good to go and if we were allowed to. And they were like, and they looked at us, they were like, in this thing? Heck yeah, have fun. And
Yeah.
all in Spanish, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you could tell they were like, this sweet ride,
Yeah.
go for it.
Have fun, guys.
So we did, and it was wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a crazy epic day. Gorgeous, gorgeous rolling mountains and beautiful scenery from, it was so wild being on the beach in the morning and then going up through the mountains and then coming down into the valley and seeing these beautiful rice fields and awesome farmland. It was really spectacular. So this treasure hunt, this day 4, is a wrap. Big, big, big thank you to Ecuador's Freedom Bike Rentals. You guys are amazing. If you want to check out Ecuador and see it like a local, check out the links below for Freedom Bike Rentals, because This tour has seriously been so magical and such an awesome, thrilling time.
Yeah, we've been off the beaten path. We've, gone and ate where the locals ate, like at El Tiburon today, and that was delicious. And even experiencing something that I had never thought existed. Like, it was like a little Paris inside of Vinces, Ecuador, with an actual Eiffel Tower. Not the full-size one. It was a scaled-down version. But it was just super cool, and it's off the beaten stuff that you wouldn't know to do whenever you came to Ecuador unless you had someone who was in the know. And so that's why we love Freedom Bike Rentals.
Yeah, like if you were just passing through a town and going through on the highway, you would know to go check out the little things, and it was really special. Until next time, friends.
Adventure on.
Adventure on.